my goodness. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Oh, sit down. Welcome to Love It or Leave It. In the second best city in the best state in the country. Honestly, it was hard to do after you were so nice. Now, come on, all right, you could be the best. I've already made an error. This is, of course, the best city. Where else can you nearly get run over by an automated car while carrying a $30 salad? Where it looks like the sun might come out all the time. That's a cool trick. We have a truly incredible show for you tonight. We have your mayor, London Breed. Adam Savage is here. And he'll do what he does best. Help us bust some myths. We have a crypto prospector who may or may not have struck gold. Local champs Emily Van Dyke and Marcus Williamson face a grueling quiz about unicorns. But what kind? Plus, the rant wheel spins, and we're going to do live high notes, so think happy thoughts. But first, let's get into it. What a week. Hunter Biden has pleaded guilty to charges of misdemeanor tax offenses this week in a deal to stave off more serious felony weapons charges. The prosecutor in this investigation, David Weiss, was appointed by Trump in 2017, and while the Biden administration asked almost all Trump-appointed U.S. attorneys to step down, as new presidents do, they specifically asked Weiss to stay on because he was already investigating Hunter Biden, and removing him might have looked political. President Biden also didn't want to send the wrong message to Hunter: growing boys need boundaries. Just so we're clear, a Trump-appointed prosecutor was asked to stay at his job and continue to investigate the president's son with total independence, and it worked. Republicans calmly accepted the outcome, and everyone shook hands and went out for a collegial steak dinner. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Merrick Garland and I were sexting about his sexual fantasies. Not sure how that got in there. No, the plea did not stop a backlash. Said Oversight Committee Chair James Comer on Tuesday, "We will not rest until the full extent of President Biden's involvement in the family schemes are revealed." It's an unsettling promise. You don't want to see Comer without his beauty sleep. None of us know what he looks like. Could be here right now. Meanwhile, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin still hasn't ruled out a third-party run for president, and his Democratic colleagues are now actively trying to talk him out of it. To Joe Manchin's Democratic colleagues, there's no such thing as a bad idea here. We need to throw everything we can at this. $300 gift card at Topgolf, see if he takes to it. Maybe he'll like Fortnite. Gotta see what sticks. When asked about Manchin's potential run, Senator John Hickenlooper told reporters, "I have advised him against it. I think it would be a terrible idea. It would help Donald Trump." "But what if I convince myself it won't do that?" said Manchin, as he played with one of those bead mazes you see in a pediatrician's waiting room. Remember those? What would you have Googled? I didn't start at bead maze. Think about it. What is that? I said bead maze, now that's what you think it is, but if you didn't hear bead maze, what the fuck is that? I think I started metal wires for kids. Those were so fun. In other 2024 news, the New York Times reported Thursday that Florida Senator Rick Scott is also considering a presidential campaign. When asked, yeah. No, I know, do it, please. You're the absolute worst. But when Scott was asked about it, he told reporters, "I've been clear, I'm running for Senate." In fact, we have a clip of that. Come on, Rick Scott. Tim Scott's already in the race. You'll get to be known as the Scott who fucks for the first and only time in your whole life. Former Texas Congressman Will Hurd, who's been openly critical of Donald Trump, has also inexplicably announced that he's running for the GOP nomination. You cannot run against Donald Trump when your name rhymes with turd. This is a suicide mission. According to a new ProPublica story, Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito went on a 2008 luxury fishing vacation with GOP mega donor Paul Singer, whose hedge fund had business before the court at least 10 times in the years that followed. Alito never disclosed it, never recused himself. Alito fishy, if you ask me. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Conservative justices are just out here living what can only be described as a make-a-wish kid lifestyle. Singer reportedly flew Alito out to Alaska on a private jet. The trip would have cost at least $100,000 if he chartered the jet himself. Alito didn't answer reporters' questions directly, but responded to the story with his own op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. It's very defensive. You have to know that Alito has just been watching all this Clarence Thomas news trickle out, looking over at a photo of himself holding a big old salmon, just freaking the fuck out. Alito, this is actually from his op-ed. I stayed for 3 nights in a modest one-room unit at the King Salmon Lodge, which was a comfortable but rustic facility. As I recall, the meals were home-style fare. I cannot recall whether the group at the lodge, about 20 people, was served wine, but if there was wine, it was certainly not wine that cost $1,000. Yes, I accepted a gift from a billionaire with business for the court, but let me be clear, it fucking sucked. Continued Alito, the complimentary diamonds were cloudy and brown. I cannot recall if we were invited to hunt the locals for sport, but if there was local hunting, the helicopter we used was nothing close to state-of-the-art. In the wake of this story, Senate Judiciary Chairman Dick Durbin announced that his committee will consider a bill on Supreme Court ethics after the 4th of July. What, said Clarence Thomas, stuffing Learjet shrimp into his pockets? Kevin McCarthy lost control of the floor this week following a vote to censure Adam Schiff, with lawmakers chanting shame at the House Speaker.
On this vote, the ayes are 213 and the nays are 209. With 6 answering present, the resolution adopted. Without objection, the motion to consider is laid on the table. House will be in order.
Look, the chant was a nice idea, but it just made McCarthy come faster. Why did you think you came here? Just doing a quick check. See who's in, see who's out. On Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer unveiled his vision for regulating AI, declaring Congress must join the AI revolution. Unfortunately, upon closer inspection, though, Schumer appeared to have 7 fingers on his right hand and way too many tits. A new bill has passed in New York this week, one that is intended to legally protect doctors who prescribe and send abortion pills to patients in other states. The bill specifies if you can prescribe them here, you can prescribe them anywhere. Also this week, a federal judge struck down Arkansas's ban on gender-affirming care as unconstitutional. Yeah. So, this is not a drill, people. We need to find a transgender billionaire to take Alito and Thomas on the vacation of their fucking lives. TikTok. Gotta be someone in the city. Just on the odds. I just want to pause and say that we can now announce that our Fuck Bans Leave Queer Kids Alone fund, which has been raising money for organizations fighting bans on gender-affirming care and supporting organizations on the ground that are providing direct resources to trans people, surpassed $100,000, twice our original Pride goal. We're sending money to the Campaign for Southern Equality, the Transgender Law Center, and the Trans Justice Funding Project, which is also where a portion of Love It or Leave It Error Stores tickets all go, as well as a portion of all the merch. We've had over 1,500 contributions going to these organizations and others in Florida, Missouri, Kentucky, and Tennessee who are taking the fight right to the right-wing goons attacking LGBTQ rights. So if you are hearing this, you can join in at votesaveamerica.com/fuckbans. The Federal Trade Commission sued Amazon on Wednesday, alleging that the company tricked millions of consumers into signing up for Amazon Prime and then sabotaged their attempts to cancel. Wow, yeah, that sucks. I hope the consumers are okay, said a dehydrated Amazon driver pissing into a Gatorade bottle at 60 miles an hour. A deep-sea submersible with 5 people. Listen, just chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. You didn't even let... Of course I'm going to do it. Shut up, that's wrong. Do you ever understand the conversations we've had to have today about this? What can we say? What are we allowed to do? What's too glib? What's right? What's wrong? They died down there, deep in the fucking ocean. There was a great deal of discussion about the ethics and values and glibness of this material. We believe we struck the right balance. A deep-sea submersible with 5 people inside went missing during a dive to the wreckage of the Titanic on Sunday. The stepson of one of the missing passengers attended a Blink-182 show during the active search, writing on Facebook, "It might be distasteful being here, but my family would want me to be at the Blink-182 show, as it's my favorite band and music helps me in difficult times." What did you want him to say when he heard the news? Say it ain't so, I will not go? Unfortunately, on Thursday, the Coast Guard said in a tweet that a debris field had been found in the search area, and OceanGate said in a statement that they now believe the passengers of the submersible had sadly been lost. I don't want to say I told you so, but there's a reason sea shanties aren't about how chill the ocean is. They don't call them widow's walks because your abandoned wife just wanted to get her steps in. I'm going to use a phrase, silver lining here. They probably died instantly and never saw all of your fucked up tweets. And I think this has been an educational experience for everyone. As someone with a platform, it makes me want to be extra sensitive in situations like this because I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, how much people would clown on me if I had died in my Tesla. And obviously, this whole thing has been completely horrifying, but at least I'll have the kinks smoothed out for my trip next month. That's it. Okay? All right. In a midnight tweet on Wednesday that has Ambien written all over it, Twitter owner Elon Musk he declared that the words cis and cisgender will henceforth be considered slurs on Twitter.com. According to Elon, additional slurs will include dad and please pick up, your children need you. Musk also joked this week that he would physically fight Mark Zuckerberg in a cage match, after which the Facebook founder posted the tweet with his response, "Send me location," which is adorable because he already has it. Musk then replied, "Vegas Octagon. Never in my life have I wanted to smell a room less." Think about how much of a fucking prick you have to have a physical fight with Mark Zuckerberg, and everybody roots for Mark Zuckerberg. That is unbelievable. That is a brand. That stinks. Meanwhile, Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert went rogue this week and launched another doomed effort to impeach President Biden using a procedural tactic that will force a House vote. Republican leaders urged members to table the resolution during closed-door meetings on Wednesday. Multiple sources confirmed to reporters that Marjorie Taylor Greene called Boebert a little bitch on the House floor on Wednesday. And Greene confirmed it. She said, "I've donated to you, I've defended you, but you've been nothing but a little bitch to me. And you copied my articles of impeachment after I asked you to co-sponsor them." And I just had an idea for an opening event before the Zuck-Musk fight. And finally, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke at a group yoga session for diplomats at the UN on Wednesday before joining in himself. An amazing sight. People from nations all across the globe in harmony, desperately trying to hold in their farts. Yeah, that was the last joke.